This is the TV news for Tuesday, January 25th. Hello, I'm Jeff Grimshaw, and we begin with a single word, Comcastrophe. With us now is NewmarU.com's John Leland to explain what the heck a Comcastrophe is. John.
Hey, Jeff. Well, you know, it's a word I have to credit the freepress.org with coming up with, but it refers, of course, to the Comcast NBC Universal merger, which was approved last week by the FCC and, you know, seems now all but a sure thing. It is a Comcastrophe to those of us who really are in favor of net neutrality and want to preserve the independence of the internet, as well as the companies that deliver connectivity and the companies that produce programs and distribute programs, who then normally have to negotiate rights from those distributors. We see all kinds of potential ripple down effects. You know, yes, the FCC did put some, you know, exception clauses and special rules, but you know, in general, to have a company like NBC Universal that produces programs be the same company, essentially be owned by Comcast, the biggest provider of cable TV and internet connectivity in the country, really crosses over this barrier that, you know, to me, it's a Comcastrophe. It's a huge mistake on the part of the FCC and, you know, opens things up for history to repeat itself. And that's the way it goes. I do highly recommend Tim Wu's book called The Master Switch, which talks about the history going all the way back to when the telephone took over from the telegraph, radio and television and so forth. In every case, we moved through a phase where it was wild and open and there was a lot of creativity and independence, and where in case after case, big business and the federal government ended up taking over controls that ended up really squashing creativity. I don't want to be totally negative. I want to talk about people that are doing things the right way. And I think a good example of that is Bloomberg News. In the cable news business, Bloomberg is the only news channel that has its full broadcast 24/7 available on the internet to everyone. You know, we look at things like, you know, I have friends over in the UK that can no longer get the Daily Show online, even though they're friends. And the result, it's a result of a licensing deal. So we end up having the internet distributors and the broadcasters kind of drawing lines and dividing up the pie, as opposed to putting programs out there and letting them engage viewers anywhere, anytime, on any kind of device. It's really the open engagement people versus those that want to try and control things. And the problem is that the market won't get to decide when these kind of corporate structures and government structures end up allowing a Comcastrophe like this, where, you know, the same company owns the pipes that's producing the programs. You know, it's a recipe for trouble. I guess in truth, it's not a full Comcastrophe yet, but to me, it's a really big mistake and serious issue that those doors have been opened.
Very good, John. We hope that the world out there will beware of any potential Comcastrophe. John, we will see you next week. The TVNews.tv's New Media, New Marketing Report has been brought to you by NewmarU.com. Internet marketing education for professional people. Well, while we're on the subject of new media, one guess who has just blessed social media as very kosher. Pope Benedict XVI. The pontiff has declared that social networks afford the opportunity for truth, proclamation, and authenticity of life. Peace be with you on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And in case you've been living in a cave, Oprah's big secret. She's got a previously unknown half-sister. And no, Oprah did not give everyone in the audience their own half-sister. You get a half-sister, and you get a half-sister, and you get a half-sister. Let's talk about redonkulously high ratings for the NFL Conference Championship games. The early NFC Championship game on Fox between the Bears and the Packers notched nearly 55 million viewers. Now that's a TV history record for the early window game. Then on CBS, the Jets-Steelers AFC Championship game grabbed an insane 41 million viewers in prime time. A show of hands, how many here think that Super Bowl 45 will be the highest rated television program in American TV history? Stay tuned.
Future events and opportunities brought to you by Sando Communications. Sound judgment, solid credibility, and superior results. This is Sando Communications.
The TV news has racked up nearly 275,000 views by Top TV and New Media Pros. And how about our clout scores, which measure our influence in social media within the industry? Prima! Become a big deal sponsor of the TV news. Hit us with an email at advertise@thetvnews.tv. And that about does it for this edition of the TV news. We will be back tomorrow, and Susan Hibben will be in to deliver the programming pulse. I'm Jeff Grimshaw. We thank you for watching, and as always, go out and make it. Good day.
The TV News has been brought to you by American Ingenuity TV. For all of your electronic marketing and creative challenges, American Ingenuity TV is simply the solution.